Yo guys, what's up? Yeah, Master League Season 2 is here and yep, it's been running a day. So you might actually already see how things progressing so far and yep, today we're gonna talk about one tag that I do still think it's kind of strong, still strong. Like just in Season 1, I do kind of see the patterns right now that a lot of variety actually goes into the PvP right now, is which is yeah, I know. The strike freedom is always still gonna be on the top, one of the top, but a lot of other units actually gaining grounds now, and one of them is still gonna be the tough as nail tag. It's been great since last season. I do see a lot of crossbone Gundam actually wreaking havoc in the game. So yeah, let's go talk about this current tag with Tough as Nail. So the problem with Tough as Nail is a lot of their units is actually related to the the more tanky unit and also some of the rival unit like ZO and also GP02. But I do think GP02 um, doesn't really have that much impact in the PvP. It's really more like a PvE unit to be honest. But I have it, but it doesn't really perform as I expect last season. Um, the O on the other side is actually very strong, so losing the O on this current tag is might be a little bit detrimental. But you have to remember the tough as nail tag functions a little bit more different than other tags because it does and kind of prefer you to move first, your opponent to move first before it counters back. So first of all, the most important unit in the tough as nail tag is the Crossbone Gundam. Crossbone is very strong unit. Hands down in the PvP, it does surprise me actually. I didn't expect it to be that strong in PvP, but last season I see how this unit kind of terrorized the PvP with very high critical and gonna one-shot a lot of stuff. And yeah, Crossbone X1, great with Kincade. One of the best unit in PvP. Seriously, one-shots, lot of stuff. The other unit that you might actually want to see is actually Easy Egg, but remember the current place is on the space, so Easy Egg is not really gonna have that well going for him. So it does go with this guy first, right? It's always go with the Crossbone first. He's the main guy for the tough as nail tag. All right. If you don't have him, you might need to actually reconsider because other units doesn't hit as hard as him. Though Barbatos has his own merit, but we're gonna talk about it later a bit. As for the tank, if you want to play a counter bit on here, you actually might want to use the dead side. If you have dead side, still gonna tank and hits really hard. So these two is gonna be very strong, and that side. Wait a minute. This dead side has a protagonist tag on it. Wait a minute, I forgot. I was talking about dead side. Oh my god, no, dead side is not an option. I'm sorry, dead side is not an option. So for the tank, yep, it's gonna be narrative. It's gonna be let's put a placeholder first on the first one. And never mind. Okay, so narrative is gonna be your tank in this one. The other option is gonna be Gundam, but I do prefer narrative because it has double block with Yona Basta. Stats wise, if you want a counter tank, you better go with the Gundam instead of narrative. Narrative because narrative is like a reduced accuracy. It's still gonna have a questionable effect, but for me, because I have a stronger narrative, I will go with narrative. If you have a stronger Gundam LX78, you better go with the Gundam LX78 because again, the EX with 4 range, it has a 30% attack down, at 35% actually at 4 range, and it does actually have a quite strong stat. Compared to narrative, it's go like only like 3. Yep, you only have like a 3 range. So, and mostly it's gonna counter with this one, the missile pod, which I do think is like not really that great. And high mega cannon is high mega cannon is okay with the 25% with AOE, but it might actually need it to be put on the front. But the problem with it being put at the front is it might actually not not being able to like counter the attack. So if you want counter more, use Gundam. If you want some more, more tankier, go with narrative, right? Then we gonna go with you see the limitations here already, but at least we got a new unit that can support them quite well, and that is actually a full armor Gundam. Yeah, full armor Gundam with EO Flaming, or any other support you would want. One ESFS like a Rei Amuro. It's pretty okay. EO is like a very versatile kind of pilot, but he's a jack of all trades, but not really that great in anything. He's just good, but not great. The thing was that full armor Gundam is like this guy is supporting the defense down, which is nice, but only 25%. Remember that. I don't know, it's kind of it's almost there, I'm not sure whether they don't put it like 30. It's like 25%. It's like it's almost, And this one, the beam weapon 25% from the barrage is okay. The power is actually pretty good, to be honest. It has a very strong power on this one. The thing is that the stats, it actually have a lower stat on the lower attack than defense. Same case like a GP02. A lot of these toughest nail support actually have this kind of problem. They don't really have a high attack, and it's kind of a bit of disappointing. I do think it's kind of disappointing because in the end, it does want to tank, but it doesn't really tank that much, to be honest. Except GP02. GP02 is a tank, a literal tank, right? Another support you can see. Wait, Zeku. Oh yeah, Zeku is another protagonist, right? Another thing you can go with actually is the full armor double Zeta Gundam. The thing about this double Zeta compared to the other Zeta series, double Zeta series, is that it does have the. Oh my god, I forgot to say about the one-shot kill. Actually, you can have a double Zeta. Never mind. You go with this one. Yeah. This unit is a very well balanced unit. I do think is the problem with this, it doesn't hit as hard as I would it have, but maybe because the barrage is very range, but spatial. So you really need a range pilot here, and the problem with that is actually the AUG tag is really like it a lot, because you're gonna need like Asuna to actually pilot it, and you lost the first 50% of the attack bonus from attacker type pilot. So we don't have AUG pilot that can do this yet. Again, only Camille, but you can go with Camille on the the Zeta Gundam. You have Zeta, go with Camille. So unless if you want to go with this, yeah, you can go with this one. But Camille range is not that great as well. It's more like a Wagon stat. So yeah, this unit is held back by its own pilot, rather than the unit itself. The unit itself is pretty good. I do think it's pretty solid unit, to be honest. Very strong, to be honest. Like yeah, so gonna shoot Asuna here because the AUG tag. Then another toughest nail, of course, is the G3 Gundam. If you're going for the current PvE thing, the X, but some people might actually tell you to SP100, the G3. G3 is very good unit, but personally, I still kind of mold a bit with the Hyper Bazooka with only 25% accuracy. It still can miss, though it has the critical and it only has 4 range, but the attack is pretty okay. Yeah, this is another option, but personally, I would still prefer the full armor. The only thing that this thing has over the double Zeta is that the EFSF tag, right? That's what the only thing that it has over the other one. Then we can go to another strong attack, and that is Barbatos. Barbatos is a very high potential unit. It has like 6,000. I think the only SSR that actually has a 6,000 attack power on one of its weapon, and yeah, the closer you are is very. It's like if you remember the season 0, Appion still kind of wreak havoc on the opponent. Yeah, it's gonna be similar on that. But the problem with this one is like you have to have a tension high. So they only limit pilot that can actually do that, again because Mikazuki, you are Mikazuki, but with the with the attack is not here yet, so it still have a bit of a problem. But if you want to go to just pure melee, it does actually have the range mace, which is pretty strong at 4.8, though standard I would love to see like 5,000 something for the this kind of unit. But yeah, if you don't have X1, you don't have crossbone, you still can go with this guy, though with be careful a bit on the requirement, but the guy still hits really hard. And yep, the other sleeper thing is like this Oberon. Yeah, Oberon is like a very strong melee unit, and it has the EFSF tag. Is it? Oh no, it's AUG. Oh my god, no. Okay, the only thing eliminating is only the tag again, AUG tag. I just wish they release more AUG, pilot. So AUG, I'm not sure. Bokkai is a ESFS, right? Your option is gonna be mostly Bokkai or any other melee attacker really. Ito could work. I do think Ito is the best for this one. Ito is I think is the best for this one. Kincade works, but if you have Kincade, you will go with the guy, right? you will go with the crossbone anyway. Oh yeah, that reminds me, because Ito has an increased MP by 6, it does make sense to actually Ito to go with the Barbatos. Other than Oberon, it makes sense he go with the Barbatos. So this two is the option for him. If he kills one unit, he can actually use the unlimited release thing. So yeah, Ito is a good pilot between these two. You can choose between the two, right? Then we go for another tank, and that is gonna be the Hainu. Hainu is a very unique tank. It does play like a counter tank, similar like the Gundam. So it's gonna go with reducing your opponent's special attack. If you see a lot of special attack opponent, this guy could actually work. But it does make sense if you actually use him with two kind of tanks. So one him and one the other one's gonna be help you block, and then you gonna go counter. Yeah. So it's amusing that you see this tag is still have a lot of defender mostly. So I won't talk about GP01 00, right? So it does have like its own limitations against because of some of the support unit in this tag is actually limited to a very certain unit, like a rival unit usually. So it is kind of tough, but if you have the Kincade and the crossbone, this thing works, because again the way the toughest nail work is it actually wants to counter attack, not like actually counter attacking in the same turn, but in the same attack pattern, but like letting you come forward, and that's gonna clean you up in like their own turn, because their mobility is usually lower, so you're gonna move faster than them, and then they're gonna come at you and just destroy, obliterate everything in their path. So it's kind of different. It's more like a defensive kind of team, and it does good because it's still very strong. To be honest, it's still very strong. Again, it does rely on the Kincade a lot, because again crossbone is still the best unit in this tag. So yeah, that's all for me. I do think this tag still has its own claws and fangs to bear at the opponents, and yeah, I want to know what you think about this tag. Do you think still have a power? I do still think it has their own power to strike back at the opponent. Still pretty cool contender, especially if you have certain units here. And yeah, let me know, leave your comment below, like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.